So, hi there everybody, great to be with you all again. Let's see, next stream is going to be on Thursday, which is the 23rd of January at 3:30 PM UK time. So, hi there to Patricia, to Oksana, to Victoria, to Julia, to Manisco, and to anyone else who may be there. So yes, hi to Julia, Manisco, Oksana, Patricia and Victoria. Yes, it is a picture. Hi Vitali. It's a I think it's probably a Dutch picture, probably early 19th century. I might be totally wrong. I was having trouble finding something that wasn't too obvious to give away the answer. So, let's get straight down to it. Let's rock and roll. And, okay, this was about words that don't really have a direct translation in English. And here we go. Whoops. Okay, that's an easy way of doing it. So, Gwaan from Jamaican Patwa. An expression of jubilation. Jamaican Patwa, also known as Patois or Creole, emerged in Jamaica in the 17th century as a blend, compound, alloy, portmanteau of dialects of English and various African languages. Okay, so we've got blend for Vitali, blend for Oksana, blend for Julia. Okay, Patwa, a blend for Victoria as well. Okay, let's see. Alloy is for metal. So, compound for Manisco, a blend for Patricia. A compound is not, for me as a chemist, a compound is something that you get when you react two things together. So if you put sodium with chlorine, you get a compound which is salt, and that's the compound. A portmanteau is where you join two words together. This word portmanteau is actually a portmanteau. Port means to carry and manteau means jacket, and in French portmanteau is where you hang your clothes. Portmanteau is for a word, yes. But notice, to compound grief, to make more compound interest. Motel, brunch, yeah, those are good ones, Vitali. Compound, chemistry, yeah. One of the basic questions is in chemistry, what's the difference between an element and a compound? A compound has various different elements that go to make it up. A compound, maybe the cattle were kept in a compound. The immigrants were kept in a compound. But a blend, a mixture, blend, very definitely. A blend of different coffees, blended whiskey, blend of language. So, today it's also spoken in Jamaican: migration, dispersal, exodus, escape, diaspora communities around the world, and younger people are reclaiming it with pride. So, it's also spoken in Jamaican migration, Jamaican dispersal, Jamaican exodus, Jamaican escape, Jamaican diaspora. So, we've got diaspora from Oksana and Vitali and Victoria, and from Julia, yeah? Okay, which to me sounds pretty good. Okay, so let's see. Dispersal, Manisco for diaspora as well. A skinny friend called her a portmanteau, skinny enough to be a model. Okay, migration. Poof. Well, migration, moving from one country to another. It's not right, though. Dispersal. I think dispersal would work. It's not the best word, though. Exodus. Exodus is where people leave a country. Escape. But diaspora. Okay, the diaspora is the scattering of people. Comes from ancient Greek diaspero. And a diaspora is a group of people who spread from one country to other countries. These are people who go to other places. So, for example, there are in Spain there are a huge number of people who come from the Latin diaspora. Although a lot of that diaspora are in the United States. Okay, diaspora. So diaspora, very definitely. Spreading out of people. There's joy and excitement when There's joy and excitement when a Creole speaker meets another. They go into this unique space of concerted, correlated, mutual, congruent understanding, says Shawna-Kaye Tucker, Assistant Professor of Applied Linguistics at Toronto. So, Yuri, lovely to have you. No problem being late. So, let's see. Whoops. Okay, so did she refer to her being skinny like a coat rack? We have such a comparison in our language too. Literally carrying a coat, portmanteau. I don't know the article. So being a coat rack, it could be. So let's see. We've got mutual understanding for Oksana, correlated understanding for Victoria, mutual understanding for Vitali from Manisco, mutual for Julia, mutual for Vitali. Okay. Yurochka. I love Yurochka. That sounds great, Oksana. I think we really ought to call him Yurochka. I think that's great. Okay. Let's see, correlated. If two things are correlated, there is a proportionality between the two. So my weight is correlated to the amount of food that I eat. But mutual understanding. Emphasized is the first syllable. So you'd like to be normal. Okay. Concerted understanding. Concerted is where two people or two things work together. Correlated one. So I don't know. Price should be correlated with quality. Congruent. Congruent are two things that fit together. They're the same shape, but mutual understanding. I understand you and you understand me. Okay. Young speakers are also mixing Patois with other linguistic influences, temptations, agencies, jurisdictions from around the world, including adding to its development at hyper speed. So hi there, Philippe, lovely to have you. Young speakers are also mixing Patois with other linguistic influences, temptations, agencies, jurisdictions from around the world, adding to its development at hyper speed. Mutually understandable space. Yes, Vitali, definitely. So influences for Oksana, influences for Julia, influences for Vitali, influences for Philippe, influences for Yurochka, and influences, temptations. So, okay, we've all gone for influences. Whoops. Okay, jurisdiction is where somebody has the power to make a decision. This is not my jurisdiction. It's not my area of influence. An agency is somebody who does something. Temptation. You're tempted. I can resist anything except for temptation. Okay, so now we've got the next one. Inyon is a Korean word. A diverse, ambiguous, figurative, nuanced word with several meanings, including a kind of predestined relationship. Yurochka, Yurochka, Yurochka. It's really difficult for me to put it on Yurka, Huh. Okay, Vitali says nuanced. Oksana says nuanced. Philippe says nuanced. Hi El Govre says nuanced. So does Julia, so does Yuri. Okay, ambiguous, says Manisco. The best way to get rid of temptation is to give in to it. I'm doing great. Yurka. Okay, I can do it just about. It's difficult. It doesn't come naturally to me at all, Oksana. So nuance for Patricia, diverse for Victoria. Oscar Wilde, that's exactly it, Yurka. I can resist anything except for temptation. So, diverse word. No, it's not diverse. It's a word with diverse meanings, perhaps. An ambiguous word. Something that's ambiguous is not clear. So if my explanation is ambiguous, you won't understand what I mean. Figurative as opposed to literary. Figurative talks about idioms, in comparing one thing to another. Nuance with small differences from other things. Nuance is a small shades of meaning. Ambiguoso, beat around the bush. Ambiguoso, beat around the bush. Ambiguous. Yeah, okay, ambiguous talks about something that could have more than one meaning. Hi Marina. Marina says agencies. Okay, a typo, ambiguous. Subtle changes. So, agencies for the previous one from Marina. Okay, so the word takes center point, center scene, center platform, center stage, center step, center level in Celine's songs Oscar-nominated film, Past Lives. Smash the lives. Smash the like, absolutely. So the word takes center point, center scene, center platform, center stage, center step, center level in Celine Song's Oscar-nominated film, Past Lives. Collocation, absolutely, Philippe. That's a collocation. Centre Point is actually a building in London, which used to be a place for homeless people. Centre scene, it could be, but it's not. Centre platform, no. Centre step, centre level. Hi Megana. Hi Megana Singh, great to have you. Center stage, in the spotlight. So center stage for Vitali and Oksana and Megna, and for Manisco and for Patricia. Center stage, as Philippe says, is a collocation. Center stage for Julia is in the spotlight. Okay, Marina. Ambiguous for the previous one. It's not ambiguous, it's nuanced. It's got subtle difference of meanings. The word takes center stage. Center stage. It's great to have you, Megna. So, center stage, very definitely. Slipknot, lovely to see you. До свидания. Okay, as one of the characters says, in the spotlight, yes, Yurka. I'm having difficulty with that. As one of the characters says, it means providence or fate, but it's specially, noticeably, specifically, accurately, purposely about relationships between people. I think it comes from Buddhism and reincarnation. In the spotlight, absolutely. But Yurka, for you, the articles are going to always be a problem. Specifically for Vitali, specifically for Oksana, specifically for Victoria, specifically for Slipknot, specifically for Patricia. Specifically for Julia, specifically for Megna, specifically for Philippe. Now, and Starry, welcome, specifically for Starry. I was looking at this specially, and especially, if I put an E at the beginning of that, it would be valid. And notably, no, specifically, exactly. Specifically about relationships between people. Particularly, yes, in this specific situation. It's an inyon if two strangers even walk by each other and their clothes accidentally. Stroke, graze, pinch, kiss, nudge, brush. Okay, Marina, center stage. Center stage is the focus of something. It's the most important thing. Specifically is better than especially, yes. Sleep not. Okay, so Oksana says brush, so does Vitali and Starry. Philippe says graze. Victoria says stroke. Patricia says graze. Hi Nadia, lovely to see you. So if their clothes accidentally, stroke, graze, pinch, kiss, nudge, brush. So to stroke, El Gavre says brush. So they don't stroke, because the stroke is you need a hand to do this. This specific scene are omnipresent in Asian drama. Brush. To graze, let's see, you graze your skin. Okay, for example, if you fall over, you can graze your knee. By a stroke of luck, yes, Yurka. Okay. So, Megna says brush as well. To graze, if you graze something, you hurt it. Let's see, this wall is not flat, it's got bumps, and if I run my hand along it, I'm liable to graze my hand. You have a graze on your hand. Graze is painful. Yeah? If you graze something, you break the surface. Okay. They pinch, no. They kiss, could be. They nudge each other, no. To brush, one thing brushes against. To brush for Nadia and Philippe. Okay, to brush against something with a pinch of salt. Okay, to brush against, to touch gently. Yeah, my hand brushed against her hair. Yurka. I can do it then. Yurka. I can do it if I take the O into a schwa. Yurka. I can do it. Thank you, Oksana. Effleurer. Well, let's see. To graze, an animal can graze, can eat the food in a the grass in a field. Okay, but to graze is to bang against, to scrape against. Graze has to hit the surface and move along it. If you fall off your motorbike, you will have horrible grazes, Philippe. So I grazed my knee. I grazed my arm. Brush as onomatopoeia. To brush is to skim over lightly. To graze is to skim over heavily, strongly, painfully, cutting the surface. Look up cuts and grazes. Okay, after the accident, he was covered in cuts and grazes. To brush. Cows grazing. Notice, when the cows graze, they break the surface as well. Interesting. Okay. Calothialo. Calothialo from Bengali. A phrase coined to refer to a just transit, transition, alteration, mutation towards renewable energy. It literally means from darkness to hope. A caress from the Kama Sutra. Erafle. Okay, Philippe, good. Hello, Alexander, great to have you. So, transition for Oksana, transition for Julia, transition for Vitali, transition for Nadia, transition for Meghna. You're learning Bengali, wow, I'm impressed, Philippe. Transition for Starry, transition from Patricia, transition for Slipknot, transition for Alexander. Mutation, no. Mutation is talking about genetics. Alteration, you alter one thing, you take something and you make it different. Transit, translation. Hi Anurag, great to have you. A just transit, a transition. Transition from one place to another, transition from one thing to another. Okay, it's a change. A just transit. I guess transit could fit, but it's not a very good phrase. Here, Patricia speaking Bengali. Conversion. Yes, conversion. Transition is the word that is used. So, let's try the next one. Transition for Zeki. Transition for Philippe. A transition is more natural. And brush is derived from the French brosse. Okay, words related to climate change and the seek, the voyage, the odyssey, the quest to cut emissions can be very hard to translate, as they can often be abstract or metaphorical. Yeah. So Alexander goes for quest, so does Vitali, so does Oksana. Meghna goes for quest. Yeah, because you were born that you'd speak in Bengali. Quest for Julia. Quest for Ajith. Quest for El Gavre. Quest for Patricia. Quest to cut emissions for Starry. Seek. Seek is only a verb. Yurka. Ha. Seek is to seek is only a verb. A seek. No, it's not a verb. Yurka. A quest for Nadia. Seek is only a verb. Manisco. Quest for Philippe. Just a few words from Patricia. Quest for Slipknot. So, hi Wolfman. Okay, it's a quest. A quest is a journey to find something. Okay, because we're trying to find it and it's difficult. Endeavour. In the endeavour to cut emissions. In the quest for Zeki. Endeavour, says Slipknot. After a quick seek, I found my keys. A quick search. Search is the word I would use. A quick quest. Hi Novice Post, lovely to see you. Whoops. But specialised translators are finding artistic, prolific, experimental, authentic, creative ways to come up with meaningful terms to help negotiators and communities take action to fight global warming. So we've got creative from Oksana, from Vitali, from Alexander, creative from El Gavre, creative from Julia and Philippe, creative from Meghna, creative from Manisco, creative from Victoria, creative from Nadia. So artistic. Artistic sounds like a picture. Seek engine or search engine? Absolutely, Yurka. Creative for Ajith. Are finding creative ways to come up with meaningful terms. Authentic ways. I guess authentic probably works as well, but creative ways. Because as a translator, you've got to be creative. It can be very difficult to translate things sometimes. Prolific, produces a lot. Experimental, no. Ingenious ways. Yes, that works quite nicely, Wolfman. Ingenious. Yeah. Okay, when you're bored, you search for something interesting in the channel. Okay, and this is the last one. Long Juan Feng in Mandarin, meaning tornado. Imaginative ways. Literally, exactly, precisely, genuinely. Swirling dragon wind. Literally for Vitali. Literally for Oksana. Literally for Julia. It's a perfume. Literally for Starry. Genuinely. Okay, with words, Victoria, we use this word literally. The literal meaning, where you take the words and you translate them one by one. Literally meaning, so swirling dragon wind. Genuinely, we don't say genuinely, we don't say authentically, we say literally. Yeah, the literal, wow, thank you Starry. Swirling dragon wind. Minutely. So literally, not figuratively, but literally using the exact words, literally for Alexander. Effleuré. Okay. And word for word. That's very good, Vitaly. Thank you for that. Reminds me of how often literally comes up in crossword clues. Thank you, Starry. Swirling, moving round and round. To swirl, to go round and round like a whirlpool. To swirl. Put some ice in it and swirl it so it goes round and round and round. A vortex, a whirlpool. Yes, vortex and whirlpool. Yes, Urka. Ha. Okay, so verbatim. But the problem with verbatim is it's exactly the same words. Yeah? A verbatim translation, I guess, would work, Philippe. So, mythical dragons in different cultures and the words and sayings around them reveal how humans around the world have grappled with the natural world, wildlife, and admiration-inspiring, reverence-inspiring, wonder-inspiring, awe-inspiring natural phenomena, and made sense of their own place. So awe-inspiring for Nadia and Alexander and Oksana and Julia. Yes, it's your vortex. Reverence. So reverence-inspiring. Okay, so notice all of these would work. Admiration inspiring, reverence inspiring, wonder inspiring, awe inspiring, but only one of these is a collocation. Thank you very much, Philippe. Only one of them is a collocation, and the collocation is awe inspiring, a swirl of emotions. Yes, awe inspiring, awe inspiring. Awe-inspiring, yes, Megna. Awe-inspiring for Patricia. A swirl of emotions, absolutely. The swirl of a whirling dervish. So, Yuri. Swirl, twirl, whirl. Got this? All of these ideas of going round and round and round, and that's the end. So let's try one more. Awe-inspiring. Yes, awe. Okay, how venomous caterpillars could help humans design life-saving drugs. Last one, Yuri. It's a wrap after this one. Some species of caterpillar come loaded, fortified, armed, armoured, with powerful venoms. So this is about the poisons or the venoms in caterpillars. So Oksana says loaded, Vitaly says armed, Megna says armed, Alexander says armed, Nadia says armed, Victoria goes for loaded, Manisco for armed, Julia for armed, Slipknot for armed. So let's see. Starry goes for fortified. Come loaded with. Kitted with. I like kitted. Equipped with. Okay, fortified, made strong. Agis goes for armed. Okay, poison. Armed is better. Yes, Patricia. Loaded is possible. I'm not unarmed, yo. Let's see. Loaded with gives the idea of full of. So this book is loaded with jokes. The truck is loaded with food. Yeah, he's loaded with money. Fortified, made strong. Armoured is about protection. I clean like this live stream. It doesn't collocate very well. I was torn between armed and loaded. I think they both fit and they're both fine, but armed with a venom, armed with a poison, yeah, because this is a weapon. So armed, loaded with armament, loaded with lots of, armed, equipped with a weapon, and it's a powerful venom, and that's why. Okay, so I think that's probably enough for today. I quite like that torn between by Julia. I think I might make a video about that. Torn between the light and dark. Okay, so let's see. Next stream is on Thursday, which is going to be the 23rd of January at 3:30 p.m. UK time. Who's loaded with money? I'm told you are, Patricia. So I'll see you on Thursday. Have a wonderful week, all of you, with free bonus venoms. Apparently they all have different venoms, so thank you all for coming. It's been great having you all. You're all a wonderful group. So thank you to Ajith, thank you to Alexander, thank you to Lionheart and Julian Philippe, thank you to Manisco, thank you to Megna, thank you to Nadia and Oksana and Patricia and Slipknot, thank you to Starry and Victoria and Wolfman, thank you to Yurka, and thank you to Vitali as well. It's great to have you all. Take care, and I hope to see you all on Thursday in the spotlight. That's it, Yurka. Thank you, Wolfman. Thank you, all of you. It's wonderful having you. So let's see. Next stream is on Thursday, the 23rd of January at 3:30. Great class, great group. Thank you very much. Take care, all of you, and